This video is powered by the pros at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPascal.com.
Alyssa Orange is in Las Vegas. How you doing, Alyssa? Having fun?
I am. So far, so good. First time in Vegas. So yesterday, Sawyer's in town, too, with Hogs Plus. So we went out to a nice dinner and at Caesar's Palace. So it was really awesome. And today's game day, so you can't complain.
No, you can't complain. Do you allow yourself to get excited, or do you just try to keep it on the even keel before a game like this?
I think I get excited for the opportunity. And you go back to that Kansas game, and we're media, and we're trying to stay composed. But I'm not going to lie to you, my hands were sweating. I was getting nervous at the end of that Kansas game because you cover these teams for so long, and I know you guys understand that. You get emotionally invested because you want them to have success. And so, obviously, from that regard, you hope that they win because you want to keep covering this run.
And for programs that have glory days, and we're right in the middle of a great run for this basketball team. But I'm gonna remember what Jordan Walsh was talking about leading into this game and any other games that this team plays for the remainder of the tournament. There's so much reason to bring up the championship run of '94, but this is a program, this is a team that's trying to set their own legacy. You know, and if you make 3 Elite Eights in a row, the Final Four is missing out of that, but 3 Elite Eights in a row is incredibly rare.
Yeah, it is. And I thought what Jordan said yesterday was one of the best quotes we've gotten this postseason about we want Arkansas people to be talking about the 2023 team and not just the 2020, the 1994 team. And so I think it's really important for this team to kind of set the tone for themselves. And at the end of the day, they had so much expectation on this season. They, I think, want to prove to themselves and to other people that we were just as worthy of that expectation that you had on us before the season started.
UConn has players everywhere, Alyssa. They got one of the best bigs I think Arkansas's faced all year, and that's Adam Magai. How do you see Coach Muss? We know he'll change his starting lineups. How do you see Arkansas starting? Who's your starting 5 you got?
I think you got to go size. And so I would love to see the Mitchell twins, Jordan Walsh, Ricky Council, Devo Davis. I think that's the 5 that you go with. See if you can establish some physicality and size early on. And then if you can get that situated, then throw in your Nick Smith Jr., get Jalen Graham in there, get some guards to maybe get some offense flowing. I know Anthony Black will be in the starting lineup too, so maybe you go Anthony Black, Jordan Walsh, the Mitchell twins, and Devo Davis.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. I was saying I could see a Darian Ford or Pinion maybe getting a 5-7 minutes. Do you see it being pretty tight with about the same 7 he's played in these first 2 games, or could you see anybody else getting a few minutes?
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty tight. If there's anyone who will get some minutes, it'll be you would hope Jalen Graham from a size and offensive ability standpoint. But I also think too that if Arkansas wants to get some perimeter shooting going, I don't see why you don't put Joseph Pinion in there and see if he can knock down a couple threes, because I think perimeter shooting might be a difference in this game too.
With their big, when you have Ottoman and what he's able to do getting low, how important is it, do you think, the Hogs need to get out and try to push the pace?
Yeah, you got to be smart, and you have to be able to. You got to be smart. You got to be able to be physical, but also don't draw silly fouls, and just get him off his guard. You know, make him uncomfortable there in the paint. See what you can do to rattle him a little bit and make UConn try to shoot some jump shots, try to shoot from the perimeter. Use your defense to your advantage, because I think that defense is the advantage in this game.
Is there an edge for Arkansas based on more fans being there? Neutral site and everything, but we've had a bunch of people tell us they haven't seen a lot of UConn fans, and they've seen plenty of Razorback fans. I know it's a big city, so maybe there's people you miss out on, but I don't know. I feel like at least judging on the crowd, Hogs will have more people there, so maybe there's a little more to feed off of.
I think so. I've seen a lot of red. I've seen some UConn too, some UCLA for sure. but you're definitely going to be able to tell who's cheering for who in the stands with the other three teams here in this Sweet 16 matchup, all wearing blue, right? You've got Gonzaga, UCLA, and UConn. So the red will stand out, and they traveled so well to Des Moines, and I know that was driving distance. But even being out here yesterday, we were set up, and one of the ladies who's an usher for the T-Mobile Arena came over. She goes, "Are you guys from Arkansas?" And we're like, "Yeah, we are." She goes, "Oh, I lived there my whole life, grew up in Little Rock, moved here 21 years ago, but I'm so excited that the Razorbacks are here, and I'm going to be here cheering for them." So Razorback fans are everywhere.
Alyssa, what's your game? Do you go to the craps table or play any poker?
I'm a roulette girl. So I sat on the roulette table yesterday, put $100 on the roulette table. A lot of red popped up, which is kind of ironic. I should have bet the red number. I had a small mix of red and black. And didn't do too hot, only had 2 numbers hit. So
nice.
Vegas got my money yesterday. We'll see. We'll see if I can get it back today.
Man, I'd stay away from roulette. I'd stay away from slots.
So
you can hit some big on some, yeah.
I'd stay away from it.
Yes.
I'm a little frightened by it. I feel like I can't control things as much. I know a lot of it is about luck, but I'd sit down at the blackjack table and hope that I still remember when to hit, when not to hit, so I don't piss off everyone else at the table.
They do the cards too fast for me. I'm not great at math, and so they just deal them out. And I was like, no, I haven't had time to add that up. I don't.
It's all about habit. You got
it stretches me out.
You got to sit there and practice on an app, and so you go into a casino thinking you know exactly what to do, and then you'll learn that you really don't know exactly what to do anyway.
I'd rather throw some dice at the craps table. I get too stressed with math.
Is there any edge as far as coaching is concerned in this game? Dan Hurley's a great coach. I mean, he's got as deep of a background in the sport of basketball as Eric Musselman. Maybe not as far as pro basketball is concerned, but you can't argue with his lineage. It's the same with Muss. So I don't know if I think Muss is a fantastic coach. I think he outcoaches a lot of other coaches in March. And that might have happened last game against Kansas, but I'm not sure if there's, a big edge in this game tonight.
Yeah, I don't think so. I just know from a preparation standpoint, the team is going to be as prepared as any team in the country for their next opponent. And you just got to put your faith in that and know that regardless of what happens, Eric Musselman is fabulous when it comes to scouting teams, trying to just take away people's strengths and play to their weaknesses and make in-game adjustments, too. So it'll be a really fun chess match between these two.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with Hawkins. He's their guy that's their 3-point shooter. And one of the stats Phil told me, which kind of scares me a little bit, is for their main minute guys, they shoot out over 80% from the free throw line.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think that's where you look at Devo Davis, because you're probably going to have him guarding Hawkins. Mm-hmm. And Devo Davis just has to play shutdown defense, and he has for the most part. I mean, and we've even seen what he's been able to do against Brandon Miller and some of the best players in the SEC. So that's going to be Devo's assignment. Really interesting to see how locked down they're able to play him, because he is a talented player.
I won't ask you to make any predictions, Alyssa. It's unfair to do something like that in a moment like this. I think in all of our minds, like we all know you could lose this game, you really do, but we want this thing to keep going. And if I were asked to, who do you think's going to win this game, I'd be like, well, I would think Arkansas is going to win, just because I don't want this thing to end. It's been fun and it's been a payoff. I mean, it's like been a payoff from the roller coaster of the previous 3 months, because this has been the biggest roller coaster since Muss's first year, and that team didn't get a chance to show what they could do in March because of the pandemic shutdown. So it's just been, I mean, these last 2 weeks, it's felt like a payoff from a regular season where you just never knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Arkansas fans are being thanked for sticking with this team, for those that did, and a little bit of vindication. That's a word that this team continues to use. It's just being vindicated for things that were said about this team during the season, with their ups and downs and questions about Nick Smith Jr. and was this team overrated and all of those things. And I think all of us want to continue to see what this team can do, because they're playing the way that we thought they would play at the beginning of the year, and that we saw glimpses of in Maui before they lost Trevin Brazile. So, for me, Phil, I think that I would like them to win so that maybe tomorrow I can sneak into the Adele concert down the street.
There you go. And you know the moment's not too big for this team. The bigger the moment, the better this team plays.
Alyssa, Adele or Taylor Swift? Come on. I mean, they're both there.
I've been to 2 Taylor Swift concerts, so I can go to Adele.
Oh, she's been to 2 Taylor Swift concerts. Pinky up.
I have.
Appreciate you, Alyssa. Have a great time. We'll be watching.
BetOnline remains your number one source for all your college basketball betting this season. Get analysis of every play, prop, and point at BetOnline. You'll find the latest odds, bracket contests, team matchups, and game trends at BetOnline. Updated odds for everything from live games right through the Final Four and the championship game. BetOnline is where your college basketball headquarters are this season. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to sign up and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Be sure to use our promo code BELIEVE to receive your bonus. That's BLEAV. BetOnline.ag, where the game starts.